started, let me tell you a bit of my story. One day during my Korean language course, we were studying the environment, and our professor showed us a video of the plastic islands on the oceans. When I saw that video, I told to myself, this is wrong. We definitely need to solve this. But how, I asked. And that's when I realized my passion for the environment, and I started searching about pollution and carbon emissions. And now, I finally found the solution to this, and I call it the golden question. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Kevin from Mozambique. I'm a mechanical engineering second year undergraduate here at Hanyang University. Today, I'm going to talk about climate change, how the engineering design of the past caused it, its consequences, and how we can solve it by using the golden question. So let's start. Engineering design happens before any machine or product is created. So we just need to follow these set of steps before the manufacturing process starts. And to understand how engineering design causes climate change, we just need to focus on 3 points. First, since engineering design happens before anything is created, engineering design is responsible for us to have many carbon-dependent machines today. Second, as you can see by comparing the trends on these graphs, carbon emissions on your left and global temperatures on your right, well, carbon emissions have been growing the same rate that our global temperatures have been rising. So we can conclude that our carbon-dependent machines cause global warming. Third and last, global warming caused climate change. Simple, right? So we can conclude that the engineering design of the past caused climate change because of its lack in consideration for the environment. Now, climate change is one of the biggest challenges of our generation. According to a latest report in the UN Climate Panel, the IPCC, we have until 2030 to avoid catastrophic climate change. Think about it, that's 12 years from now. Catastrophic climate change or irreversible climate change will keep on making natural disasters more common and intense. It will destroy crops of several communities by floods and droughts, and it will wipe out thousands of species from the planet, which might include us. Think about our future generations. What will they think of us if we do nothing about this? Now, what we could see is that because of the lacking consideration for the environment, engineering design caused climate change. So what we should do is, before we create any machine or device, we should ask the golden question. How will this affect the environment, and how can I do this in an eco-friendly manner? Let me repeat. How will this affect the environment, and how can I do this in an eco-friendly manner? This is the golden question. And if we ask it in engineering, for example, we can get answers such as using renewable energy as power source, creating forests as carbon sink, so that we can compensate for the carbon emissions produced by the company, and we can reduce energy consumption by producing more efficient machines and buildings. Did you know that 2 minutes of sunlight is more than enough to power the entire world for 1 year? And I asked myself, why aren't we investing enough in solar technology? We can also apply the golden question in our daily lives by doing simple changes such as, instead of a plastic bag, using an eco bag, buying products without packaging, and we can also, as you see, reduce air conditioner and heater usage. We can also change in elections by voting for parties that have a plan to cope with the environmental issues. We can do some slightly harder changes, such as becoming partially or fully vegetarian. We can also go zero waste or become a minimalist. And we can also participate in environmental NGOs as activists. Also, we can invest in renewable energies in our houses. So, Albert Einstein said, quote, "We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them," unquote. This means that we need to change consciousness. We're in a moment that we need a paradigm shift. A moment in time like never before, where all humans need to come together and fight for the same cause. You know why I chose this topic? I'm terrified of climate change. This latest report of the IPCC totally made me rethink my priorities in life. So it's all up to a choice. Either we stay in the comfort zone, or we start taking action. It's up to you. But remember, climate change is urgent. and we don't have more time. Our deadline is 2030. But I am hopeful, because I know you will make the right choice, because I believe in you, and I believe that one day we will live in a sustainable planet. Thank you.